Time to party. Absolutely, yeah.
That Al is one foxy gal.
Absolutely, yeah. That's me. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
She's a boss, and that ain't no floss, cause she's dripping with that spicy Al sauce. Wife, mother of a baby boy, and after 14 years, she's still a greatest boy.
That's right,
Brilliant,
baby.
resilient, passionate, and savvy. Ooh, that Al is such a baddie. Singer-songwriter, political fighter, trendsetter, ain't nobody better.
She's smooth, she's cool, breaks all the rules.
Show to y'all.
Joyous, gorgeous, always victorious. Can't lie, she's fly, so sister ride or die. Who y'all talking about? Absolutely, yeah.
And now for the star of our show, wife, mom, best-selling author, singer, songwriter, stage play producer, cooking diva, and the queen of quarantine, Allison Randall Berewa.
What's up, y'all? Fabulous, fantastic Friday to all of you. I am so happy that you came back to see us for the 6th edition of the Absolute Air Show. We are still rocking strong. Chocolate Diva Factory is cranking out shows. They're following leads. Everything is great. But this is not going to be a fun show. It's going to be informative, emotional, intense, but necessary. And that's what we want to always claim to be up on our game on at the Absolute Air Show. So we have two mothers in the house tonight who are experiencing some of the same emotions, but for different situations, both involving their children. Our first guest is Miss Faye Walker Alexander from Macon, Georgia. She lost her baby boy, Q-Cell, at the age of 21 back in 1994 in Macon, Georgia. The circumstances around his death are just not there. We don't know anything. And we haven't known for the last 26 years. She's coming on tonight to talk about her son. And then we have Miss Melanie Holloman from North Carolina. She's originally from Macon, Georgia, but she resides in North Carolina. And her daughter, beautiful young lady, Brittany Davis, has been missing from her house in Greenville, South Carolina, since the end of February of this year, without a trace. The circumstances are a little shaky. I suspect foul play. I suspect corruption. But I'm going to let Mel tell her story in her own words. And then before we go, Danette and Yang from Miami, Florida, a great psalmist, a gospel recorded artist, independently so, is going to bless our heart and try to encourage the mothers here tonight with a song. So I need you to sit back and relax while we get ready to pay some bills. When we come back, our first guest, Miss Faye Walker Alexander, will tell her story about her little brown boy who left us too soon. We'll be right back. Thank you. Welcome back to the Absolute Am Show. We're preparing to receive our first guest. It's someone I've known a long time, but this particular situation that she found herself in back in 1994 has led us to this segment of the Absolute Am Show today. Her name is Faye Walker Alexander. She's from Pleasant Hill, a section of town in Macon where I grew up in my earliest years. Her son, Q-Cell, was murdered, and his murder was never solved back in 1994. We brought her on today to share her story with you. and to see if someone can remember something from 1994 that they forgot to report, or if they have heard something since then. Please put your hands together and prepare your hearts to receive Miss Faith Walker Ellison. Thank you for being here, Faith.
Thanks for having
Yeah, I hate that we have to have a show like this, but it's just necessary. Let's start from the date that QCL was killed. You were residing in Atlanta at the time, right?
Yes, yes. Actually, I had been at work all day long. And when I got home, I came home because I actually stopped by the store to pick up some stuff because we were surprised. My mom bringing her up here for her birthday. And QCL had gone down to Macon to visit my mom and spend a day with her for her birthday. And, but I had talked to him the night before, which was my mama's birthday, the 22nd of June. And he said, Mom, he said, I'm going to come home tomorrow. I was going to leave tonight, but I'm going to come home tomorrow. So I told him, okay. And I talked to him when he get home. And I told him I love him. So, like I said, I had gone to work that day, and I had worked all day long, which was the 23rd. And I got a couple of phone calls from two of my neighbors. And they just called me because actually, in reality, they had heard that QCL had got killed. But once they called me to talk to me and saw that I was okay, then they was okay. They just felt like that was just something that wasn't true.
Probably a rumor.
Yes, exactly. So when I got home, there were two messages on my answering machine that concerned me. One was a girl that said she was dated QCL, which I didn't know her, but she said that they had been trying to call me all day. And QCL had been shot. I said, shot? I said, QCL is amazing. And I said, if he had been shot, I said, I'm sure I would have heard it from my parents. I said, but listen to me. Let me call you back. I said, let me call home and check on him. She said, no, ma'am. She said, it's not okay. She said, he's dead. I said, again, let me call you back. I need to call home.
Let's fast forward. Who informed you that, gave you like the official word that QCL had in fact been killed?
My father.
Wow. So that came when you made a direct phone call to him and your mother.
That's calling my mother. And I know when I asked my dad, I just asked my dad, was QCL dead? And he hesitated. And that hesitated, I knew then. And he said, baby, so we was just trying to wait for somebody to get home with you. And I just screamed. Because that is such an unreal situation you want yourself to be in, or dream. You pinch yourself and things are not, it's just unbelievable. I guess about 7 o'clock that night, the police came to the house to inform me of something that I already knew, that my son had passed.
Okay, your first encounter with the County Sheriff's Office or Macon Police Department, whichever one was the first one to, get on that particular case. What were you told initially were the circumstances surrounding QCL's death?
That he was headed back to the hotel in his car because, Allison, if you can remember, just 2 months before that, my sister was murdered. Renona was murdered. And the kids were staying, my mom had taken the kids, so he didn't want to stay there and make them discomfort. So he just got him a hotel room that night. And just to know that someone had planned that. And I never forget, about 5 or 6 different people went to the sheriff department to tell them who had did it, because those young boys had been bragging about what had happened. And they had gone to the sheriff department to tell them who it was. They said that there was not enough evidence to convict the young man. And
they were bragging in the neighborhood, is what you're saying. They were bragging in the neighborhood.
And that really pissed me off, because I said, if this had been some white child and 5 or 6 different people just came and gave that same name, you would have immediately arrested them.
I agree. On suspicion, on just mere suspicion, maybe not on actual evidence or anything, but just to question them, to interrogate them, actually. What did they tell you had happened based on what they had gathered as law enforcement officers? What did they tell you?
Well, QCL also had a friend of his that drove down to Macon with him. And he told me that QCL had gone to get something to snack on. And he said he heard QCL's car drive back up. And he said, and then he heard gunshot. And he said he just ran out the door. And he said when he got there, QCL said, man, call 911. Said, some dudes tried to rob me and shot me. And he said, Mama, he said, I called 911. He said, but it looked like it took them forever to get here. And, you know, I didn't too much play into the length of time it took them, because when you're in panic like that, you know, everything seems like it's forever. So that's all that he could tell me. He said, I don't know.
But what did the sheriff department tell you, Faye?
Ellison, actually, they had no answers either. And I remember right after Sheikah died, I guess I was in my feeling about my children, because that was the last of my child to leave this earth. And I came down here and I went straight to the sheriff department, and whoever that sheriff was then, back in 2006, I don't know his name, but I went in because I wanted to know what have they done about my son's case. He said, well, when was he an inmate in here? I said, excuse me. I say, you got this black mother coming in here and crying about her black son, and the first thing that you can say is when he was an inmate in here. I said, but let me make something clear to you. He was never an inmate in this jail. He's a victim. He was murdered here in Bibb County. I was tired of them. I was just tired of the police. And only somebody else that I felt I had to lean on was God. And God had been dealing with me since 1994 with the loss of my child. And then when I lost it, just like it got even more. And I'll never forget, I told that sheriff, I said, I want you to know something. Y'all ain't got to do no more work on my child's case. I said, because the work and the punishment that God's going to bestow upon that young man, I said, y'all can't even begin to touch. And I just got up and walked out his office.
Let me ask you something. You don't have to say the name here, but were you given names? Do you know who? Do you think you know who might have killed him? So you do, but it's just.
Allison, if you can remember me telling you, a long time ago, one of QCL's friends came by Mama's house to see me and wanted to know how I was doing. And my nephew knew where these boys be, but he didn't want to never show them where they be, because he said, in the state of mind that I was, it wasn't going to be good. But I sweet talked this young man into showing me where these young men be, and he did. And I was going to go buy me a gun and come back. I wasn't going to ask no questions, and I was aiming for the head. I was going to blow his brains out. But killing.
I'm glad you didn't do that. Thank God. I'm glad, because they would definitely arrested you, and you know.
And yes, and to this day, I thank that young man, because he talked to me. He said, Miss Faye, don't do that. He said, please don't go do that. He said, you got Sheikah to raise. He said, don't do that. And I actually listened to him.
Let me ask you this before we let you go. Let me ask you this. So the murder is officially unsolved.
Officially unsolved.
You think that what you done on your own, in terms of investigation and asking questions, and you know, you think you have something, but the sheriff department in Bibb County and in Macon, the police department, they just never hopped on it. They just never saw it.
Yeah, they didn't. And I felt like one of those, being a black mother, they just didn't care. Being that was my black son, they just didn't care. It was just another black young man dead to them.
I hate that, because a lot of times, especially now, with the racial climate being so hot, and there's so much divisiveness in America in terms of racial relations.
Yes.
It's bad. Do you ever think that you would ever try to launch another independent investigation through a private agency? Do you think you ever try to do that? Or are you just willing to let it go?
I know that you already know the answer to that, but to share with your audience, no, I won't. Because I'm at peace. I'm at total peace. I'm doing exactly what God has had me to do now, is dealing with other mothers that have lost their children. He even sent me back to Macon to do that. And I am the National Director of Healing of Affliction, which is dealing with Black mothers all over the United States.
You find that peace in helping other mothers who have lived through similar experiences with losing their children, unsolved murders, unsolved crimes. So that's where you find your peace. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You know, even though QCL is gone, one thing they will never be able to take from me is those loving and sweet memories. I will always have those with me.
Always.
And plus, finding your peace, you have to forgive. And I have even forgiven that young man.
Well, before you go, I want you to look at this camera. Say your son's name. Just say something about him, all in one sentence.
His name was QCL Walker. He was 21 years old when his life was taken. We just celebrated on June 23rd, 26 years that he had left this earth. My son was such a loving and kind young man. He was just so sweet. And one of the things that actually touched me about QCL, we had two neighbors, and each one of them had a boy. And he made them do a race for him one day. So only one person can win the race. But after the race was over, he just gave both of them a couple of dollars and told them they both was winners. He just had a loving heart. He was just sweet. And I know that he's in heaven, and I live my life to try to do things that are right by people and live the right way. So one day, when it's my time, I will get a chance to see him again.
It's the last thing I promise you. The mother who is coming on after you, Ms. Melanie Holland, whose daughter has been missing officially since the end of February of this year. Just give her one sentence of advice.
You be patient. You stay prayerful, because I know right now you're in a lot of pain and you're hurting and you're angry. You just stay prayed up and you just look towards God, because in situations like this, you lean on God and He will guide you the right way, and you ask Him for guidance.
Love you. God
you
bless
more.
you. Stay strong, stay safe, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you for having me.
What's up, y'all? Hey, we're putting together a children's show because you know how funny kids can be sometimes. Their perspectives are definitely not our perspectives, especially when you talk about things like, who is Donald Trump? Can you imagine what a 3 to 7 year old would tell you about him? So we're putting together a show called Out of the Mouths of Babes, where we want to confront our children with various topics and hear what they have to say. Like I said, Donald Trump. Let's talk about COVID-19. Let's hear what they think about it. Ask them why we're all wearing masks. Ask them why we can't go outside. Ask them why they can't go to school. Ask them about love and marriage, what they want to be when they grow up. For older children, especially our Black boys, ask them how they felt when they watched as George Floyd died right before our very eyes. So take out your cell phone cameras, ask the question to your babies, and let's hear from our children. The video only needs to be 15 seconds for us to get the gist of things. And send that to absolutelyal.producer@gmail.com. And if it's great, like we know they'll be, we will feature the video on our Out of the Mouths of Babes segment coming up soon. Thanks so much, and God bless.
Developing at 5, investigators with Greenville Police say if you know where Brittany Davis is, they want to hear from you. We first told you about this case back in March. Fox Carolina's Jennifer Phillips is in Greenville with what investigators are saying about Davis's disappearance.
Brittany Davis's mother says she spent Mother's Day at her front door, hoping and praying Brittany would walk through it, but she never did. This is what Melanie Holloman dreams of, to be close to her daughter Brittany once again.
I just miss my child.
Her daughter is always in her heart and mind. The problem, though, no one has seen Brittany.
To say that this is a nightmare is an understatement.
Family members and friends say Brittany Davis worked at Firebird's restaurant off Woodruff Road in Greenville. She didn't show up to work. And then text messages and calls went silent.
I was getting texts through the month of February and into March.
Investigators with Greenville Police believe some people saw her here at Bucks, Racks, and Ribs back on February 12th. They're tracing her steps and checking phone records to try and find her.
I miss everything about my child.
One of the last messages Melanie Holloman says she received, a text message about a trip to Puerto Rico.
I got a text saying that she would be back from Puerto Rico, and she never showed up.
But Holloman says she's learned her daughter never went on that trip. Back in March, friends and family passed out missing person flyers, but still nothing.
I'm begging, please, as a mother, she calls me mommy. I just need help in finding my baby. That's all I'm asking.
Melanie Holloman says she's so grateful for all the help she is receiving. Now, investigators here with the Greenville Police Department say if you saw Brittany Davis at Bucks, Racks, and Ribs back in February, they want you to call the police department. Jennifer Phillips, Fox Carolina News.
Now, this case and this situation is a little closer to home. It involves my classmate, Melanie J. Holloman, someone I've known since most of my life. Her daughter, Brittany Davis, has been missing since earlier this year. There's very little to no activity on the case as far as we're concerned. Our hope is that having Melanie on today, through all of her pain, will put the case of Brittany Davis, missing from Greenville, South Carolina, on a national stage where closure can be brought to this mother. Please give a heartfelt welcome to my friend, my classmate, Miss Melanie J.
Hello. Thank you, Elle, so much. I thank you, your staff. You guys have been nothing but beautiful to me. And that means a lot, especially at a time like this. I want to say thank you for allowing me the platform to voice and to give you, as much as I can concerning the case and trying to help me bring my daughter home and bring light to what's going on.
Well, we're glad that we could do something. We are a team of Black women, mothers, wives. We have various professions, but we've come together for 5 shows prior to this one, but nothing that we've done so far is on this level. It's heart stopping. It's very touching, and it brings things into perspective. Okay, Mel, I need to let the audience know right now that there are some things that Melanie has been told, advised, instructed not to reveal. So we're going to respect the wishes of those in authority who have basically put a muzzle on her. But at the same time, we're going to reveal some things that will help. So meaning if you hear anything during this show, see anything, can recall anything regarding the case of Brittany Davis, who has been missing from Greenville, South Carolina since mid to late February of 2020, we need you all to get on the phone and call the Greenville Sheriff's Office in Greenville, South Carolina. That number is 864-271-5210. I repeat, 864-271-5210. Now let us get into the meat of the story. Mel, when did you actually realize my child is missing?
There was a Facebook post saying that she was going back to Puerto Rico. I received a text message saying that she had made it safely to Puerto Rico. So therefore, to my knowledge, at that time, she was actually in Puerto Rico.
We know that Brittany was an avid traveler, having your sister Bridget being a travel agent. So I know she traveled. Her history of travels, how did she normally let you know when she was about to take a trip? Would it have been on a Facebook post?
No. We would always make sure, as I'm sure you would, that family first. No, okay. On September the 3rd is when I fly out to New Orleans. There would never be something put on Facebook first. That's just out of respect. That's just how we were. That's just how we are. We talked enough. Our communication was open. Therefore, we always said that we don't put our business on Facebook. Therefore, if there's anything that needs to be done or anything that's going to be done, I mean, it's just, to me, consideration, just respect. So when I saw the post on Facebook, even though I was aware that there were plans to go back to Puerto Rico, but when I saw that post before anything had been said to me, I felt, well, of course, I didn't feel like something was wrong. I just thought that was odd.
So basically she had done something that was just not the norm. Okay.
So I received a text message the evening of March 3rd saying that she had made it safely to Puerto Rico, that her cell service was bad, and that she would call me later. I did get a call. I got a FaceTime from her. By the time I answered it, the phone had hung up. I FaceTimed her right back. But I didn't get an answer. So later on that evening, I got a second text that it was something she wanted to tell me, that she and her then boyfriend had broken up, that she needed the trip to Puerto Rico. She told me not to worry, and that she would tell me everything when we talked. And I told her, okay, and to be safe while she was over there in Puerto Rico.
I'm going to just say this. I just find it odd that having mainland to go to one of our territories, U.S. territories, which is Puerto Rico, that she would find it the opportune time to inform you about a breakup. You don't think so?
So at that time, it didn't seem odd for her to let me know that something, like that had happened. It didn't seem odd. I just wanted her to make sure that she was okay.
Right.
And to be safe.
Okay. So the text message, we know that they broken up. She's to have a good time in Puerto Rico regardless. And that was basically what you thought was happening until when?
I got a text on the evening of the 9th. I didn't see it till the morning of the 10th because I was asleep.
Correct.
There were pictures of boarding passes. There was a text, and the text stated that she would be home by noon.
Okay.
It wasn't the text telling me she'd be home by noon. It was the fact I got pictures of boarding passes. And as much as she travels, I've never received picture of a boarding pass. Also, something else, and I'm not gonna say it was odd, but she mentioned that she didn't have her charger with her phone. Yeah, exactly. So my thought was not the fact that she didn't have it the entire time she was there.
Mhm.
Could have been that she left it. She left in such a hurry. She left it. That's my thinking. Okay, but I'm like, but okay. I did call the next morning once I saw, because I figured, okay, you've been in an airport, you could have stopped somewhere, because I know they have the little hubs where you can, get a little juice to your phone. I'm aware of that. Or she may have bought a charger. So I called. I didn't get an answer. It went straight to voicemail. So I sent a text to see if she was okay. Didn't get an answer. Around lunchtime, I'm thinking, okay. I sent another text to ask if you're okay. And then I started calling. I just started calling, and it kept going straight to voicemail, straight to voicemail. So at that time, my thinking was sort of kind of, okay, she's going through a breakup, and maybe she just needs time and space. I didn't stop calling her. I did not stop calling. But the more I called and the more her phone kept going to voicemail, I knew something wasn't right. I did reach out. I didn't get an answer. So I went to my local police department to start a search, or to just start, because I didn't know where to start. So I went to my police department. They told me I needed to go to the airport because Charlotte Douglas has a police department there to file. So I came home and I called. Each one told me that since she was an adult, that it could be that she didn't want, they asked me, was that normal for her? I told them no. Then they were saying, well, she's an adult and it's not like she has to answer you. I'm like, yeah, but I'm her mom. That's my child. She may not be, she's not under the age of 18. She's still my child. So I kept getting a runaround for about a day. I went to Charlotte, like I said, I called Charlotte Douglas to see what I needed to do. Then they told me I needed to call Puerto Rico, which I called Puerto Rico. The language barrier was tough. Then I called Greenville. And like I say, let me back up just a little bit. I did call, once I called Charlotte Douglas, they told me I needed to come back to Concord. I needed to do it here in Concord because this was the last place.
Can you explain to the audience why?
Because that was the last place that I had actually seen her, because she came to visit me for Thanksgiving. So yes, this was the actual last place that I saw her. So Concord did send a police officer out. He stayed and he kept going. I guess it might have been his chief or lieutenant or somebody, his superior. I called Greenville, and they said that they also told me I needed to try Puerto Rico. Greenville did try to help. I got a couple of officers that called me through the, then I called back the next morning, and because in my gut, my mama's intuition was my child was not in Puerto Rico. I had no proof, but something about every time I said something about Puerto Rico, it was just something in me was like, no, that's not it. That's not it. So I spoke with someone, like I said, in Greenville the next morning. And he also said I need to go to start in Puerto Rico. That was what he was told. I was like, sir, my daughter's not in Puerto Rico. She's not in Puerto Rico.
Okay, let me set this up. So the text messages, all the correspondence, the images of the boarding pass, the missed time, FaceTime call. There was a great effort made to convince you, the person, the party of one, the audience of one, to believe that she was in Puerto Rico. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay. So they began the search in Greenville, South Carolina. Did they begin with the home that she shared with her then living boyfriend?
Yes.
You know, all I know about law enforcement, it's the first place you go back. So they did do that.
They did, yes. They did. So the following weekend, we went out and passed out flyers. I also want to state too, around that time is when the coronavirus came into play.
Right.
So everything was limited. Like I can even go, when I went to the police station the day that we went to Greenville to hang up flyers and pass out flyers, I was just between like the outside doors and the lobby doors.
Wow.
And I had to talk through an intercom, which, I mean, and I respect, at the time I guess because of the frustration.
Correct.
And what of the situation. But I had already been told that they were limited, that everybody was really working from home. And I saw that firsthand when I went that day. But luckily, as we were leaving, a police officer he had just pulled in his cruiser and he was getting off. And he took down my information because at that time I didn't know who my detective was.
Okay, you had been assigned. Okay.
Right. The person had been assigned. I just wasn't aware as to who it was.
Okay.
And stuff like that. But between that Monday and Tuesday, I got a chance to meet the detective then, and we were there a few hours and gave the detective any and all information that they asked.
So you had done a hospital search as well to see if possibly she was sick and wasn't able to let you know something had possibly happened to her. Neil, I gotta ask.
Go ahead.
Regarding the home she shared with her then living boyfriend, was that ever considered? If you can tell me, if you can. And again, I need to tell the audience that there are some things she's been restricted not to disclose during this interview or any other time. So just bear with us on that. Mel, was that home ever considered like a crime scene? Or were you ever allowed to go back to retrieve her things? Were you able, tell me what was up with the house, which to me is like the epicenter of it that she shared with this man. What was going on at that time? You can't say? Okay.
I'm ready for answers and closure. I don't wish this on anybody. There are days I wake up and I just feel I'm just awake. It's like I look for the smallest of small things of where Brittany is. I can't tell you how many times I've gone back in my mind. What if I'd have done this or what if I'd have done that? I just won't answer. I just want my baby.
Have you ever felt yourself about to break?
I do. I have on many occasions. But then I see Brittany and I have to step back. I have to pray and I have to keep going. I have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. I have to remain strong. There is no way around it. I have to remain strong. I'm going to remain strong.
We see the tears and we hear the desperation. And so we know that you're going through a lot. I can't imagine. But at the same time, man, I'm just going to tell you, you are so strong. What keeps you strong? Where do you draw strength from?
I have my family. I have my friends like you guys that are my family. I have my classmates. I have my coworkers that I have to keep moving. I have to keep moving forward. As a mother, there is no giving up. You don't give up on your child. But another thing, Al, I'm afraid that if I ever stop, I may not be able to come back from that. And I refuse. I just refuse to do that. I have to keep going.
Where are we right now with this case? After, what, 4 or 5 months? Where are we right now with this case?
There's a lot that has been discovered. It's so much that I want to say that I can't say.
I understand. We all understand.
We are closer. We're closer. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You owe us no apology.
I just beg that if anybody knows anything, if you heard anything, you've seen anything, please let somebody know. This is beyond a nightmare. But I'm never gonna give up, ever. That's my baby. And like I say, if anybody out there, please help me bring my baby home. I just want answers.
Well, social media word, the ball is in our court. Melanie J. Holloman, originally from Macon, Georgia, who now resides in Concord, North Carolina, is a mother grieving the disappearance and the uncertainty for a child's life. If you have a heart or an ounce of humanity in you, we ask humbly, desperately even, that if you know anything about this case, if you know anything about this case of missing 33-year-old Brittany Davis of Greenville, South Carolina, I beg you to please relieve this mother with information, snippets, tidbits. You saw a car, you heard something, please do it today. Reach out to us here at the Absolutely Al Show, or please contact the Greenville, South Carolina Sheriff's Office. I'm sorry, y'all. It's at 864-271-5210. You can do it anonymously, but just give us something if you have it. Treat this situation the way you would want the public to treat it if it were your child missing. Nell, I want you, before you go, I want you to look at the camera and just hope and pray that Brittany can see you, or she's not allowed to respond. But if you can just talk to Brittany, if she's somewhere looking, and I pray that she is, just tell us. Just tell her from your heart.
Hey Nick, this mommy. I miss you so much. I dream about you. I look for you while I'm driving. I just peep in cars. I spent Mother's Day waiting for you to run up the driveway and say, Mommy, I'm home. Even though you didn't, I have faith that you will soon. Your brothers and I can't wait for you to get here and cook us a nice dinner. You know, the seafood shells you're so good at. We waiting on that. But most of all, Brittany, I love you. I love you with everything in me. I just want you home, safe.
Please help us bring this case before the eyes, the ears, the cameras. So if anybody can help us, John Lemon help us. Oprah, Spike Lee, y'all have always been good to the African American community. Y'all take care of us. We need to hear from you. Help us. Big Crumb. Come on, y'all. Celebrities, athletes, journalists, of course. Joy Ann Reed, Reverend Al Sharpton. We need you all. We are family. And one of our baby girls is missing. But we need to know where she is, what has happened. We want her home. Where is Brittany D? Mel, we got a surprise for you. I don't know if it'll help you, but it's some people want to let you know that they love you and they want Brittany home, okay?
I am Crystal Pennyman, the script director for the Absolutely Al show. Mel, my heart gets heavy at the thought of someone's child being missing. But it was more than that for me. It was the mere fact that it was your child, Melanie, your daughter, that was missing. My friend, my classmate of over 30 years. The mama in me cried for the mama in you. I couldn't help but to suggest that we at the Absolutely Al show show the love to you by using this platform to help you find Brittany. Please know that there are others who share this love. As members of the Central High School, Macon, Georgia class of 1986, we all support you in bringing your baby home and to know where is Brittany D.
Hi, Mel. This is Tracy Clayton. I just wanted to say that I'm praying for Brittany daily and praying for God to give you strength during this time. I love you, classmate. Where is Brittany D?
Hi, Melanie. I hope that you know that you and your family are definitely weighing heavily on my heart, and that I will continue to send up prayers for you and your family to continue to be strong. And I know you have a strong faith. And as you continue down your journey, continue to know that I myself, along with the whole class of 86, 110% support you. And soon we all will know. Hashtag, where is Brittany D?
Melanie, you're in my prayers every day. Where is Brittany D?
Hi, Melanie. This is your classmate of Rexford. God bless you. Where is Brittany D?
Hello, Melanie. This is Phyllis Campbell. I'm praying that Brittany returns home safely. Where's Brittany D?
Mel, this is Priscilla Crawford Curry. I'm praying for you daily. Where is Brittany D?
Melanie, you are beautiful and wonderful in high school, and I know you are today, and any daughter of yours must be as well. Where is Brittany D?
Hi, Mel. Tom Batter. I'm praying for the safe return of Brittany. Where is D?
Hey, Mel. Blessings and peace to you. Where is Brittany D?
Hey, Melanie. This is Anissa and Roderick Cromartie. We are praying for the safe return of your daughter, Brittany. Where is Brittany D?
Hey, Mel, it's Christine. I love you, and I'm praying for the safe return of your daughter. Hashtag, where is Brittany D?
Mel, this is Althea praying with you and for you until Brittany comes home safe and sound. Where is Brittany D?
Where is Brittany D?
Thank you, Central High School.
Thank you. That was so sweet. I love you guys so much. Thank you for having my back. Al, thank you again. You and your wonderful production staff.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. We just thank you. And we hope that this will help in some way. We're a small platform. Our viewership is small, but we're growing. But Mel, know that Lanita, Desiree, Andra, Crystal, Ashley, Lakeisha, Mary, Jawandra, that we're the production team of the Chocolate Diva Factory. We will do whatever we can to assist you, to get the information out there. We'll do all that we can with the help of God. I promise you we will. I promise you. Before we go, just like to make one more special appeal to anyone who may have seen, heard, rumor, tidbits, saw something, just please contact the Greenville, South Carolina Sheriff's Office. It's very important. So I need everybody under the sound of my voice who's looking at my face right now to commit in your heart to being a part of the movement to locate Brittany D. I need every time you make a post on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Tumblr, LinkedIn, wherever, please include the hashtag, where is Brittany D? Where's Brittany D? And also include, so people can come to the show, direct the show that we can collect information too. Absolutely Al Show. I know it's long, y'all, but just for this case, please, where's Brittany D? Absolutely Al Show. And we're going to give this much deserved, loving mother the last statement of this segment of Unsolved but Unforgotten.
I just want to say thank you guys once again for your time, to hear my story, to hear our story. If there's anything you may have seen, anything you think you may have seen, please contact your local authorities or Greenville Police Sheriff Department. Once again, thank you, and God bless.
Welcome to Royalty Love Creations Incorporated, where we serve as your one-stop shop. We specialize in graphic design of any kind. We assist in event planning, serving as coordinator or host. We provide business essentials and original stationeries for companies and entrepreneurs. We build appealing and professional websites. We specialize in marketing on social media. RLCinc Cinema covers video editing and provide appealing visuals and realistic sound effects. We format, custom design, and mass produce DVD and CD packages of your footage or audio for distribution. Serves as a performing arts professional, specializing in playwriting and script editing, and fully equipped to provide all theatrical related services. We direct and produce stage plays, short films, music videos, and much more. We write and perform songs to fit any mood or occasion. Please follow us on social media. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Looking forward to serving you soon.
Welcome back, and I hope you're ready to go out on some encouragement. We have a fabulous singer in the house tonight from Miami, Florida. I know her from Florida A&M University, and just her singing. Put your hands together and receive this voice of encouragement and inspiration, even for a show like this. Ladies and gentlemen, psalmist Danette and Yang.
Ooh, and I look at my life.
and think about what could happen. I am more than grateful. So many close calls, so many almost. But you shielded me, Lord. You protected me. That's me and my family. Yeah. I'm ever grateful. It didn't have to be this way. It didn't have to be this way, Lord. It didn't have to be this way. Didn't have to be this way. Yeah. Didn't have to be. I realize you care for me. Yeah, 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 yeah. You changed my life. Oh, yes, you did. Oh. Ooh, oh. When I look back over my life and all the bad decisions I made, all things I suffered in my own hand, times I wanted to walk away from it all. I felt like I was losing my grip. But you kept my mind, healed my heart, and loved me whole. Restored my confidence and my joy. I'm ever grateful. Didn't have to be this way. It could have been another way. Didn't have to be this way. Yeah. Didn't have to be. I realize the way you cared for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You changed my life, Lord. Yes, you did. Didn't have to be this way. Oh, yeah. When I didn't think I deserved it, you told me that I was worth it. Yeah. Oh, when I didn't think that I needed it, oh, did you protect it? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You kept me sane in the midst of confusion. Yes, you did. Yeah. And I am so grateful, Lord. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, didn't have to be this way. No, 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 no. When I stop and I look in my life, think about all I've been through, I know it didn't have to be, and that's why yes, I am. Oh, Lord, when I look in my eyes, in the morning and I see the bright sunshine, it could have been me, yeah, yeah. I gotta say thank you, oh Lord, the way that you continue to keep me. I can't say thank you enough, Lord. Yeah, I could have been and I should have been, I would have been, Lord, but your grace and your mercy, you kept me. Yeah, yeah, I have joy, peace in my mind. Because now I know you had me all along. You had me in the palm of your hand. I have joy. The way you kept me, keep on keeping me. Thank you, Lord. It didn't have to be this way. It could have been another way. It didn't have to be this way. Lord, it really could have been another way. It didn't have to be this way. Thank you.
That was great. Y'all give us some more love, Miss Jeanette and James, okay? Remember the name. So Danette, that was great. So did
Thank
you write
you.
that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I wrote it actually about 5 years ago.
Okay. I
Yeah,
hear
but
you,
some people
girl.
are, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I said, I hear you, girl. I hear you.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So, what are you currently working on? Let everybody in cyberspace world, Al's Pals, know what Danette is working on.
I am currently working on my new project, which is with a few different producers. One of my producers is Greg Johnson, who's worked with a lot of great people, and my other producer is Vaughn Henry, and he's also an artist known as V Keys. So I'm working on some music with them, and I am working on some music for some other people right now.
So you are very busy with your
Yes.
ministry right now. Even in this season, ministry is going
Yes.
forth while you work great.
Absolutely. Yes. It seems as if
So
even though we're in a tough season, like the work has picked up. Like people are really right now using this time wisely to work on music or work on their different projects. And I'm grateful to be able to help and assist in that way.
Well, you have an anointed voice from the
Thank
time I heard you, and I know it just didn't spring up. So tell us at what age, what is your earliest memory of you singing?
I actually was 3 years old at my earliest, my first time singing my first solo. And my dad wanted me to sing. And so my brother was our church musician. My dad was a pastor. My brother was our church musician. And he picked me up, set me on the organ stool so everybody could see me. And they gave me a mic and let me do my little solo. But that led to a lifetime of music for me. And that's where it all started at my dad's church when I was 3.
Well, we glad he put you on that organ stool, sister. You don't have to sing from there anymore. You stand up and sing flat-footed for me anytime, and I'm sure the audience agrees. So when can we expect your next project? When can we expect to hear? Let us know that quickly right before we let you go.
You can expect to hear a single towards the end of the year. We're working on finishing it now. It's got to go through a couple of different processes. So you should be able to hear something the end of the year. But right now, if you want to hear me, you can hear my song that I just performed. It's on iTunes. It's on any of the digital outlets. You can go on and find it. It's called Didn't Have to Be This Way. You can also find me. I was on the lead cut of the Miami Mass Choir. And that name of that song was Lord of Everything. So you can hear me singing there. You can hear me also, if you Google my name, you can hear me singing with a couple of different people. So you can hear me right now until that music is ready. There are some places where you can go and still be blessed by the ministry that God has given me until that time.
We are eternally grateful for that ministry that he put inside of you. That gift has thoroughly been stirred. We love you. We enjoyed it. We're going to be looking for it. And you got to come back here and let us,
Absolutely.
Use this platform. Call us up. You don't have to wait for us to call you anymore. Hey, y'all still got Absolute Ass Show rocking? Hey, I got something. And we'll be glad to accommodate you and let you come on and bless everybody.
Hi, my name is Danette, and it was my pleasure to be here today singing for you all. If you'd like to reach out to me and you'd like to keep in contact with me, you can find me on my social media, which is right on the screen. If you'd like to be a blessing to me, my Cash App is also there and my PayPal. It's been a pleasure being here with you today. Awesome. Have a great day.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Al's Pals, one more time, put your hands together. Show so much love for this anointed sister, this psalmist, Danette in the Yang. Oh, I enjoyed this show, and I know you did too. I know you did. I see those comments below. Thank you, Faye Alexander Walker Alexander. Thank you, Miss Melanie Holloman. Thank you, Psalmist Danette in Yang from Miami for an amazing show. Now, next week it's going, oh my God. Are y'all ready for this? Miracle Love. Couples, married, who sing together, who have a ministry together, business or whatever, lyrical lovers, and our very own, our beloved co-executive producer, technical director, artistic director, and she's so much more. I can't name it all. Lanita Plesky and her husband, Pastor Vernon K. King, will be in the house, along with Jerry and Janice Habersham from Macon, Georgia. 2 retirees. Well, she's retired. He's retired. They'll be back. They'll be here for us. And then we have Anthony and Alexius Golden. Oh, a young couple who can sing. Y'all come back for that show here at the Absolutely
Time to party. Absolutely
That Al is one foxy gal.
Absolutely That's me. Absolutely Absolutely
She's a boss, and that ain't no floss, cause she's dripping with that spicy Al sauce. Wife, mother of a baby boy, and after 14 years, she's still a greatest
That's
boy.
right,
Brilliant,
baby.
resilient, passionate, and savvy. Ooh, that Al is such a baddie. Singer-songwriter, political fighter, trendsetter, ain't nobody better.
She's smooth, she's cool, breaks all the rules.
Show do, y'all.
Joyous, gorgeous, always victorious.